Ah, there you are. You're very welcome, and thank you for joining me. This is Stuff. My name is Fitz, and as you can imagine, we're going to talk about bikes today. Bicycles or bikes. Now, before we begin traveling on the bike, we have to make sure that it works. And we're going to start with the tires, okay? This is a tire, okay? For the tire to work, it has to have air in it. And to get air in the tire, we have to pump the tire. So we have to pump the tire. Pump the tire before we go anywhere. And to check the tires, to see if they're pumped properly, we can squeeze them. We can squeeze them to see if they're hard but not too hard. So I'm squeezing the tire. Now, the tire is on the wheel. And let's examine the wheel a little bit. Here, this part of the wheel is called the rim. This is called the rim. Okay, so the tire goes onto the rim. Inside the rim, we have the spokes of the wheel. Okay, if we didn't have spokes, the wheel wouldn't work. So here we have the tire and the rim and the spokes. Okay, now at the center of the wheel, we have what's called the hub. Okay, let's look at the hub of the wheel. Right at the center, here is the hub of the wheel. Right at the center is the hub of the wheel. Now, at the hub of the back wheel, we have the gears. Now, the gears can be very messy because they involve the chain. Here is the chain, okay? And why are they messy? They're messy because of this. Can you see my hands? My black hands, which are covered in grease, because we have to put grease or oil on the chain to make the bike work. Attached to the pedals and the chain, here we have the pedals, okay? So we turn the pedals to turn the wheel, okay? So we're checking that the chain works, we're checking that the pedals work, and we're checking that we have air in the tire before we go anywhere, okay? Now let's move a little more to the front of the bike, away from the back, okay? To travel on the bike, you have to sit. And the seat of a bicycle is called a saddle. A saddle. S-A-D-D-L-E, the saddle. Igual que una silla de un caballo, the saddle of the bike, okay? So down here, we have the saddle, okay? Now, this saddle doesn't look very comfortable, okay? It doesn't look very comfortable because this is a mountain bike, okay? It's not built for comfort, it's built to travel in the mountains, okay? So that's the saddle of the bike, the saddle of the bike. Now, in front of the saddle is what we call the crossbar. The crossbar, okay? Cross and bar. This is the crossbar. And this is central to the structure of the bike, okay? The crossbar, okay? Now, towards the front, we travel along the crossbar and we come to the handlebars, okay? These are the handlebars of the bike because there are two. The handlebars of the bike. Attached to the handlebars are the brakes. And of course, it's very important to check that your brakes work before you go anywhere, okay? So let's see if the brakes work. Let's pull the brakes, okay? I'm squeezing the brakes. These are the back brakes, and they're working, okay? Very important that the brakes of the bike are in perfect working order. Let's go to the other side and pull the front brakes, okay? We pull the front brakes. I know I'm safe. Now I know we can go on our journey, okay? Now, I'm going to come back to the safety element. We've just checked the brakes. On my head is the helmet. Now, it's a very small helmet, and I have a very big head, but it just about fits, okay? So this is my helmet. Don't go anywhere without your helmet, because if you fall off and you bang your head, you can be in a lot of trouble. Now, when you fall off the bike, what happens? You fall and maybe you graze your knee. Now, let me show you my knee for a second. My white Irish knee. If I fall off the bike and I fall on my knee and I graze my knee, that's not good, okay? And what do professional cyclists do? Before they go in a race, they shave their legs. They shave their legs to take off the hair so that if they fall and cut themselves, they don't get infected, okay? Now, I don't want to do that, but that's what a professional cyclist does, okay? So back to the safety element, you check your brakes, you check that you have a helmet before you go anywhere. Now, sometimes disaster can strike. You can get a puncture, okay? If you get a puncture, the tire loses air. And now you're in trouble, okay? So what do? You have to fix the puncture, okay? Now let me show you how we fix punctures, okay? This is what we call a tire lever, okay? A tire lever to remove the tire from the bike if you get a puncture. So that's a tire lever. Now, when you remove the tire, then you have to use a puncture repair kit, okay? You put a patch on the tire, okay? Una parcha. You put a patch on the tire to repair the puncture, okay? Now, let's review very quickly the different things you have to do. You have to check the tires. You squeeze them to see that they have air in them, okay? First you pump them, then you're ready to go on your journey, and I'm ready to go right now, okay? So thank you very much for watching. Safe traveling, and good luck.